Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and we've got quite a number of pictures to show and a lot of good news. That's all we have on the Bobby Dupre Show is good news.
Good news and good luck if you want to go to Quarters Casino to go try your luck over there. They've got the great gaming area. They've got the whole big travel plaza you can go into, get your Chevron fuel. You go to the convenience store in there to get Subway sandwiches, a crispy crunchy chicken. They've also got the nice restaurant, El Pico de Gallo Mexican restaurant and cantina that's open Monday through Sundays from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and 2-for-1 margaritas with your meal.
For you truckers, they have a whole nice facility just for the truckers in the back. But those of you driving pick-em-up trucks that use diesel and cars, a few cars that use diesel, used to be Mercedes came into the country using diesel engines, but I'm not sure that they even produce that in the United States. And anyhow, real nice facility.
We've got, some of you may have were asking about the Bobby Dunbar book that's out that you missed the last time that the author came in. She's coming back to town. The book's called A Case for Solomon. She'll be appearing and signing the books and selling the books over at the South St. Landry Community Library. That's in Sunset. This Thursday, October 25th at 5:30 p.m. On Sunday, she'll be at the Blue Bonnet Library in Baton Rouge. On Monday, the 29th, she'll be 5:30 at the Eunice Public Library. And then Tuesday, October 30th, at the Opelousas Public Library at 5:30. So go by, tell her we said hi. Her name is Margaret Dunbar Cutright. She's the daughter of Bobby Dunbar. And Miss Estelle Perrault, want to thank her and the St. Landry Parish Genealogical Society and Friends of the Library for sending us the info.
101 with Al Richard, the pharmacist here in Opelousas, and we were having lunch at the Crawfish Grill. And yeah, we got the picture up there. Good. And on the right with the necktie and the blue shirts, Mr. Kip Bertrand, the president of St. Landry Homestead, one of our good sponsors. We appreciate them. And his friend who has a beautiful smile, and I can't think of your name, and I gave you a business card, so I'm sure you're probably watching for the picture.
Good morning.
Kip called me up, and I'll show it again next week, just to show you that I'm upset about that. And also at that same lunch at noon was Randy Tomlinson on the right, and Randy sells equipment for car washes, has for quite a number of years.
My neighbor on Growley Street.
He mentioned that, by the way. He did mention that. And his friend is Brennan Miller from Fenton, Louisiana. Not Vinton, it's Fenton, a little small community between Kinder and I-10. And he also has car wash and a grocery store and everything, and he uses the products. He was in to buy some products from Randy. I enjoyed my visit. I hadn't talked to Randy like this in years and years. So Randy, and he did tell me that y'all were neighbors, by the way. And Tommy Artigo and Ken Fakura came over to the table, didn't get a picture, told Ramp and I hello. We were having lunch. And,
how about this picture? That's Lake Placid, Washington is where? No, that's not Lake Placid. That's Ducharme.
That's Ducharme Road. That's at my home. Boy, God's been good. Just look at the beauty in my pond. Larry, I know you've been fighting yours. Mine, we've used that Captain's
look at the back pond
treatment, and it really worked good.
How come we're not doing a show from there right now?
We need to do a show right there in my backyard. I have my own private park in the backyard.
Mark could handle that, right, Mark?
And it doesn't show from the road. And then show a picture from the front picture. That's one of them. And that's another one right there. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful time of the year. And, of course, last Saturday, boy, I got me some pictures at the Palace Cafe. This might have been when you tried the cheesecake. That's probably when I met that young lady. And that's Kirk Richard, his mother. Of course, Sandra works at OPAC Recovery. And his daddy, Edmund, I don't know if he's still school teaching or he's retired.
Farming.
And he farms, that's right. And I told Kirk, I said, I have a beautiful picture of your grandfather, Mr. Ernest, and his wife in my office. He says, I can't believe it. I said, no, I got to knowing your grandfather through Martin Lambert's daddy, Mr. Julius Lambert, brought your grandfather over to buy insurance when I first went in the insurance business. And so anyhow, he's in the clinical research business working on cancer treatment solutions.
Very good.
Very nice young man. And of course, his first cousin is Craig Roban, a local chiropractor. Craig, I tease him, it looks like we always having lunch at the same places at noon. I said, "You writing a book on me?" He said, "Mr. Bobby, I'm afraid you're writing a book on me."
Now, you went up to the camp here.
Went up to the camp, you bet. And I talk about the camp in Winfield and the little small cabins we built. The cabin on the right is not quite, but it's almost completed. And that belongs to Dr. Mike Basile from Opelousas here. He's our newest club member. And then we'll leave it on. The brown one is for Jerry Chamberlain and Jimmy Prados. The one in the back of the white car, that's my vehicle, is the one that we built, and Sheriff Bobby Guitros, Ray Bello and I use that little building, and then Mickey Guidry and et al. Uses the building on the left right here. Then we're going to show the big main camp. That's a picture of the big main camp, and there's also some sleeping facilities inside of this particular one. The camper on the left is Jude Orman, a member who joined last year, and then Chief and maybe Peck, A.T. Peck, do use this old wholesome bread. It's real nice inside. It was converted on the property, the empty lot I own next to what I used to call Toby's Country Corner, Ray's Diner. Now, Cajuns. That's where they was converted from a wholesome bread truck to a sleeping facility.
Now here you got a Cadillac.
And that's, we were having dinner at the Best Western on, must have been Friday night, and this car got my attention. I'm sorry, it's not clearer.
A 53 Caddy.
A 53 Caddy from California.
That's a long
drive. And we said, "You drove it?" No, he says, "I actually pulled it, but he left Winfield in 1955 and moved to Los Angeles, and he restored this car himself. The man, and I don't think, do I have a picture of him?
No, you do not.
I don't have a picture of him. I don't.
The car got your attention.
The car got my attention, but a real nice gentleman.
Look, Ray Bello.
And Ray Bello and that young lady waiting on us, Miss Mitzi, did a great job, and I got Ray to take a picture. Because that's not hard. Ray,
is that a shirt he's
yeah.
My goodness.
It tell a story,
Look at that shirt.
Yeah.
All them hot sauce bottles on it.
Good food. And then, of course, went by and revisited. I do this periodically. The Earl Long, Huey Long families, original, that was the home site right there.
That's Uncle Earl there.
That's Uncle Earl right there. And I have a picture of Huey Long during his administration, had a big, beautiful bridge built in New Orleans, and it was recognized as a civil engineering landmark in a recent ceremony. And of course, he was not there, but his
an imposter
impersonator was telling the story. And of course, he had to be one of the most brilliant men that ever was born in Louisiana. He passed the bar exam without ever studying law at LSU Law School. He built the state capitol, was built during his administration in a little over a year. I still can't believe that, but
public education, the shift in public education, the shift in public service commission, the way it worked.
I mean,
roads, bridges.
Oh, I wish we'd have that kind of
leadership today.
Leadership today.
They don't make them like that.
They don't make them like that anymore. And there's the Long home site that I mentioned. United States Senator Huey Pierce Long and Congressman John Shannon Long. Didn't know about him. And then Governor Earl Kalong. And of course, these are two friends that came over to meet with us. On the left is Delane Crane, and in the middle, in the red shirt, is Byron Powell, and on the right, of course, is Ray Bello. And we had invited them over for supper. And just two of the nicest fellas, and we're going to have fresh vegetables. Delane plants a large, and he's invited us to stop by anytime we need some fresh vegetables, and he'll be providing them for us. So.
And look, Ray Bello holding a shovel up.
With Dr. Mike
Bazile.
I'll get it out in a minute. And they were setting up and looking for a water line, and couldn't quite find it. But they found it after digging a while. And I had to show the picture. Probably people wouldn't hardly believe that.
How about this picture? This is over at when we went to the restaurant there.
At the Crawfish Grill.
Yep.
And you can see yours truly all the way on the left. And then the gentleman next to him is Eves, and the young lady right next to the young man in the red shirt is his wife, Catherine. Now, Catherine has a connection to Opelousas, and that is with Martin Roy and his Roy family. She has been to Opelousas prior to this, and she was making a return trip. It was kind of funny. Martin and his wife, Miriam, were on a trip in Paris, France, and Catherine's sister visited Opelousas and wanted to learn about her relatives here, the Roys. Went over to the St. Landry Catholic Church because they have an archive there of old-time records. And when she mentioned the Roy family, they said, well, you can
They're right across the street.
They're right across the street. Yeah. So friendship began years ago. And je vais parler un petit peu de français avec Yves et Madame Catherine. Et je ne connaissais pas que Martin Roy parlait pas français.
Which kind of surprised me.
Ça m'a force pour croire ça. Ça m'a deux pour moi parler bien bon, mais les autres, ça m'a dit, Catherine et Yves m'a dit, je fais un bon job. Et je veux dire, bon moment. Good morning.
There you go.
Les autres, ça parle anglais bien bon. Mais je vais parler avec ses amis et ses parentés à Paris, les autres RS. And the rest of the family, of course, the Roy family on the right. Really enjoyed it. And Martin, thank you for enjoying and introducing me to them, and me have the opportunity to speak with some real Frenchmen.
That's Marty, Charlie, Debbie, and Robert.
There you go. You had the time. You bet.
All right. Now we only got 2-3 pictures left. We've got to get them fast.
Okay. This is in Ville Platte on Tuesday. Charles Cummins was looking maybe at buying a new four-wheeler Polaris, and Mark Desertel is the salesman and going over the instructions.
And Ville Platte Sales.
Ville Platte, you talk about a nice group of people working there. There's the head mechanic right there, Dave, on the right, and another picture of Mark. And we missed Mr. Vidrine, the owner. There's Druid Vidrine's son owns this facility, and then that's the big Doug Ashe Ville Platte store.
Get your prayer out. We're down to the wire. Thank you all for watching again this week, folks.
And thanks, Bobby Duhan and Sammy and Richard for all the delicious food y'all provided, Charles and I, on Tuesday night. My God, I'll start over again. My Lord and God, I trust only in you. Bless and increase my faith. Beautiful. This weekend, like every weekend, Andrew and I want to ask you to please consider attending the church of your choice. And Andrew, I want to thank you again for helping.
The world goes dark. I see shapes and colors, and I know I'm hooked forever.
Kyle Miller is under the influence of John, his volunteer photography teacher. Spending 1 day a month with kids like Kyle, John helps them develop interests that keep them away from drugs.
Nice. Looks great.
Be a coach, a mentor, a volunteer, because you have something to offer.
You're watching KDCG TV, uniquely Acadiana.